graduating a large number of physicians who choose primary care. This year, over 300 graduates will embark on a postgraduate residency program in 38 U.S. states and territories. Dr. Chumley takes special pride in the thousands of AUC-trained physicians, including those of you represented today, who have graduated during her tenure with AUC. Dr. Chumley.
AUC graduates, good evening. I am so happy to be sharing in your celebration today. Yours is a uniquely special class and one that many of us here at AUC, hold particularly close. We have weathered literal storms together to make it here today, and I am so proud of you. And to the parents, siblings, and other family members who are tuning in today, thank you for trusting us, for trusting me and the AUC leadership team. I made a promise to many of you in a very uncertain time that this moment would come. And here we are. What a reason to celebrate. AUC graduates, today I wanted to share 3 words with you. You are ready. 3 simple words with important meanings separately and together. So indulge me for a few minutes as I tell you why I chose this phrase for this graduating class. Let's start with you. You have had a unique experience. Experiences, particularly challenging ones, give you an opportunity to connect and empathize with patients in a more meaningful manner. If you can translate those experiences and remember how you felt at moments in time, you can better understand how someone else is feeling. Now, many of you experienced a time shortly after Hurricane Irma when you didn't know if you were going to be able to continue your education, where you were going to live, if you were going to see your classmates again, some of you, if you would have the money for basic necessities like food. Job, home, food, insecurity, you had just a taste of what that is like. Many of your future patients live with that uncertainty every day. Job, home, and food insecurity. Remember how unfair it felt? How frustrated you were? The tears you fought back? Maybe even the anger at times. And then remember the many ways you found hope. The power of simple kindnesses. The need to feel some level of control. The importance of wellness, and the perspective change that comes with gratitude. Your experiences have sharpened these tools, and they will continue to help you as you face future challenges, which you will. But more importantly, use these tools and these experiences as you work with your patients and your colleagues. And when you do that, you will find that you can be what your patients need and what your teams need at the most challenging times of their lives. You have grown considerably during medical school. You are ready. You are ready. Are. What could possibly be important about this little linking verb? Linking verbs describe the essence of a subject. In this case, you. Instead of describing the action of the subject, which is what most of the other verbs do. All right, are is not going to get as much time as you or ready, but there is one important concept about are. Are denotes the present. The present is right now. The present state isn't bothered by the past. It doesn't care if your MCAT wasn't great, or if you failed a class, or if you struggled in some other way. And the present state isn't predicting the future. It's not describing what you might or could be. The present is about this place and time. And in this present time, that MD on your badge and your white coat means medical doctor. That now becomes part of who you are from this day forward. You are many things. But very importantly, you are ready. Ready is a state of being, one that you need to keep for the rest of your life as a physician. Have you ever run a marathon? Not this metaphorical marathon that we call medical school, but an actual one. I ran my first marathon several years ago, and I remember being at the starting line and telling myself that I could do it. I hadn't run 26.2 miles before, but I had run 20, and I trusted the experts that said, if you can run 20, you can run 26.2. In short, they were telling me, you are ready. And when the doubts began to creep in, what did I need to tell myself? I needed to tell myself, I am ready. Ready denotes preparation. It's based on accurate self-assessment, and it requires that you know what you need to be ready for. Today, you are ready to begin residency. That day, I was ready to run a marathon. I would have trouble running one today, but I know how to get ready when I want to run the next one. Getting ready is something you will do over and over. And as the days, weeks, months, and then years go by, you will have many more things, big things and little things that you will effectively prepare for. Make it a habit to stay ready. Never get complacent. Keep learning, keep growing, keep challenging yourself. Keep reflecting on your past experiences to improve yourself. Congratulations on reaching this amazing goal. Embrace the experiences of your unique medical school journey. Relish this present moment as you continue to learn how to be prepared for each new day. And whenever you need to, remind yourself and your classmates, you are ready.
Thank you, Dr. Chumley. I'm honored now to introduce our keynote speaker and 2002 AUC graduate, Dr. Amish Adalja. Dr. Adalja is a senior scholar at the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security and as a leading infectious disease critical care expert. Dr. Adalja has been featured prominently in the media for his work on pandemic preparedness and emerging infectious disease policy. Dr. Adalja, we welcome you as an outstanding alumnus of AUC. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Adalja.
It's a daunting task to find myself up at this virtual podium giving a graduation speech that hope isn't full of cliches and useless advice. And I did this before in 2017 or 2018, and a lot of those lessons are going to be very similar to what I'm saying now, but the force of them is going to be much more because I'm speaking to you in the midst of a pandemic, the first pandemic that we've seen of this scale since 1918. And I think that really exemplifies what it's like to be a physician. And the memories that you will have of this pandemic are going to be something that carry with you throughout your careers and are going to condition how you think about other public health emergencies or how you deal with patients or how you think about the role of medicine in society. So I hope that this is something that's useful to you, something that you remember and you look back upon. I also would like to thank the AUC leadership and administration for giving me this honor for the second time and to recognize me this way. And I really think it's something that I'm very flattered to do, and I would really do anything for AUC because it gave me an opportunity to become the physician that I am today. So in this talk, I really want to just give you 4 overarching principles to take away, digest, think about later today, tomorrow, and throughout your careers. And I also would like you to think about them as they apply to the pandemic and what all of us have had to go through this last year. So number 1 is the career that you're choosing by becoming a physician is a long-range journey. Though today marks a fantastically important milestone that you should unequivocally be proud of, you should be proud that you've reached it. There are going to be many more challenges, opportunities, and achievements that you're going to face throughout your career. From medical school to residency to fellowships, if you choose to pursue them, to board examinations, to your first day as an attending physician, to your growth in seniority, knowledge, experience. Medicine isn't something that has neat bookends. It's as ongoing as you choose to make it. And I would argue that not putting any artificial limits on what you want to achieve is the best way to go about it. And this is especially true during this pandemic. How much did I have to learn day by day, even today, of all the new data, amass it and be able to apply it? That's what medicine is about. I think that's what makes it very different from any other field. And that's why it's so unique. That's why it has this allure to me, is that you're never done learning and you're never done finding out new things about the world, new things about diseases, new things about treatments, new things about people. And I think you have to carry that with you as you move forward as a physician. The second point is related, and that's medicine is not like other fields. The reason why this is a long-range endeavor is that medicine is a science. Don't forget that. It's rooted in one of the oldest desires of humankind, to understand the world in which we live and discover means that will lead to sustained human flourishing. As mankind's knowledge increases in virtually any field, it's going to impact medicine. From iPhones to helicopters to the astrobiology of Mars, every element of knowledge conditions and integrates with every other element in the vast spiral that's human knowledge. And as such, medicine is going to transform. You have to transform with it. You have to keep up. You have to make sure that your knowledge is rooted in the scientific discoveries of the day. Medicine is not just work. I'm from Pittsburgh, and for those of you who know, it requires no explanation to tell how fanatical the city is about sports. That's the fanaticism I have about my work, and hope you will too. I follow the outbreaks of disease, including this pandemic, the way people follow Sidney Crosby's goals or Ben Roethlisberger's touchdowns. People are often puzzled by that because they think it's not like watching sports, and what I'm doing is just work. And they ask me, what do I do for fun? Like medicine isn't fun? Solving puzzles, challenging my mind, integrating and imparting knowledge, putting ideas into action? I can't think of anything more fun. The easiest way I gauge whether a person is a kindred spirit of mine is how they approach these questions and their attitude toward their career. Productivity is a necessity of human life, and it is a moral virtue. Humans live by using their minds, and using your individual mind to the fullest extent possible to you is the epitome of living as a human. Medicine is an unrivaled example of the fact that what the human mind can develop, from vaccines that we've seen with COVID-19 to antibiotics to organ transplants to immunotherapy, all of those are products of the human mind. I hope medicine will be something that you see this in too, that you recognize how it really is the epitome of human achievement. And I hope what I'm saying doesn't strike you as abnormal, because I don't think I'm atypical, but really normal. It's just when an era when people have denigrated science, when they don't think about medicine as this noble calling that it was, I really think that it makes me atypical only because we're living in a modern era where many independent motivations and thinking about what truly is in your long-term interest is something that is not necessarily valued by many. But hopefully this is an aberration, and I think that you really will be able to claim medicine as your central purpose. And I think it's really important that you have a central purpose around your career, because it's going to be essential for success and ultimately your own happiness. There are so many articles that you're going to read published about physician burnout. And in my analysis, the attitude and approach I have is the best vaccination, pun intended, against burnout is to have this attitude towards medicine. So I constantly urge you to think about your career choices in these terms. Do you wait for new medical journals to come out and anticipate when they update their web pages like I do? And I think that's the way to approach medicine, and I hope we have more people that do that. The third point I want to leave you with is that I'm going to use a line from a movie that I like, and the line is, "Drive it like you stole it." It really concretizes what I've been trying to say. You have to be the driver of your own career. Medicine's going to change minute by minute with new discoveries, innovations, new approaches. Dogmas are going to be shred. And to be an effective and successful physician, you have to relish this melee that you're going to enter and immerse yourself with. Look for career paths that suit you best, and don't give up dreams just because they aren't part of a well-trodden path. Throughout my career, I have taken the non-well-trodden path over and over again to the objections of any person who tried to advise me. But I've been able to rise, I've been able to succeed because I've done it in a very first-handed way. I thought, what is in my best long-term interest? And I took those choices. So I would say, if you've got some interesting part of medicine that you're really interested in, but nobody else is doing it, try and pursue it. Figure out how to do it. Don't give it up just because your academic advisors say not to do it or your residency program director says it's not possible. Think broadly. Think about how medicine integrates into the world. The fourth point, I want to end with a quote from one of my favorite authors. And I think this is what I want to leave you with. The quote is, "To settle down into a job that requires less than your mind's full capacity is to cut your motor and sentence yourself to another kind of motion, decay. That your work is the process of achieving your values, and to lose your ambition for values is to lose your ambition to live." I hope you have ambition to live. I hope you have ambition to achieve. And I'm anxious to see all of your achievements as you move into this field of medicine. Thank you again for your time, and thank you for listening.
I now have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Julie Taylor, the Chief Academic Officer and Senior Associate Dean for Academic and Student Affairs. In this role, Dr. Taylor oversees academic affairs and student affairs on the St. Martin campus and all clinical sites. She manages accreditation and approval processes and develops new programs. As a physician, Dr. Taylor's clinical and academic areas of expertise include maternal child health and medical education. She has a proven track record of academic success, having served as a textbook editor and as the principal investigator for 3 federally funded medical education grants. She has authored more than 110 peer-reviewed publications. Dr. Taylor will now introduce the recipients of the Outstanding Academic Achievement Awards.
Every year, AUC gives an Outstanding Academic Achievement Award to those new physicians who have excelled throughout their time at AUC. This year, I'm honored to present this award to 4 different recipients who have demonstrated an exemplary commitment to the study of medicine by maintaining GPAs above 95.65 during their studies at AUC. First, I'm pleased to announce Dr. Alexandru Bradu as a recipient of an Outstanding Academic Achievement Award. Dr. Bradu graduated in October and will begin his residency in internal medicine at East Carolina University. Dr. Bradu was the recipient of the Canadian Scholarship Award. Next, I'm pleased to announce Dr. Kyle Clay as a recipient of an Outstanding Academic Achievement Award. Dr. Clay graduated in April and will begin his residency in internal medicine at the University Hospital in Jackson, Mississippi. Our third recipient of an Outstanding Academic Achievement Award that I'm also pleased to announce is Dr. Rory Eshtay. Dr. Eshtay graduated in October and will begin his residency in emergency medicine, joining Dr. Clay at the University Hospital in Jackson, Mississippi. Dr. Eshtay was a recipient of 2 scholarship awards, the AUC Alumni Heritage Scholarship and the Ad Talem Empower Scholarship. As our 4th and final recipient of an Outstanding Academic Achievement Award, I'm very pleased to announce Dr. Luis Suarez. Dr. Suarez graduated last month and will begin his internal medicine residency at SUNY Upstate Medical University in New York. Dr. Suarez was also awarded a Canadian scholarship. Congratulations to all 4 award recipients on their remarkable academic achievements throughout medical school. Drs. Bradu, Clay, Eshtay, and Suarez, I am sure that your new patients and colleagues will benefit from your accomplishments as much as has the AUC community. Congratulations.
I've had the pleasure to work with the St. Martin government and schools, community foundations, students, and faculty and staff to support the design and implementation of projects that contribute to community priorities and student learning. It has been my privilege to have led 2 marquee activities for our university each semester: Community Action Day and Project Help, a public health program supported by the St. Martin Ministry of Health. Today, I have the honor of announcing 4 recipients of the Excellence in Community and University Service Award. AUC presents this award to recognize and celebrate exemplary records of community engagement and contributions to students and the university. Selection of the award recipients is based on essays describing individual community engagement. More importantly, recipients wrote about the learning from the experience, the impact of community engagement on professional and personal development. We want to acknowledge and thank all who took time to reflect on their community experience in medical school and the ways the experience shaped their development as a person and a physician. The first recipient is Dr. Mo Ameri. Dr. Ameri will be returning to his home state of Texas, where he will begin a residency in internal medicine at the University of Texas Medical Branch. Dr. Ameri was a leader in the Student Government Association throughout his 4 years at AUC. He approached that work with an aim to support the student voice and the partnership between students and the university. One of his last activities was participation in a development of a new model for a 4-year, 3-campus SGA. Dr. Ameri was committed to student advocacy and served on the relocation task force to create a smooth transition back to St. Martin after Irma and studying in Preston. In the pandemic and the uncertainty of rotation schedules, he contributed to maintaining contact with clinical sites, keeping students informed, and helping students secure online rotations. Dr. Ameri has always focused on being a part of the solution. His dispositions include perseverance and resilience, reflecting the values of AUC. Congratulations to Dr. Mo Ameri. The next award is presented to Dr. Manpreet Mahal. Dr. Mahal will begin a residency in family medicine at the Henry Ford Hospital, Wayne State University Center. Dr. Mahal came to medical school eager to learn, not only from our distinguished faculty, but also from the diverse population of St. Martin. Dr. Mahal has a focused and impressive record of engagement with AUC and St. Martin communities. She was an anatomy teaching assistant and active in several organizations: the Student Judiciary Committee, the American Medical Student Association, and the Global Health Interest Group. She served as president of the American Medical Women's Association. During her presidency, she facilitated opportunities to meet with women in practice who provided perspective and advice to future physicians. Some of the community engagement lessons she has learned and practiced are supporting a team and making all the team members feel valued and included. She has learned about advocacy, empathy, and the importance of building trust. She identifies humility as her most important lesson and attributes her learning to interactions with the St. Martin community. Congratulations, Dr. Manpreet Mahal. The third award is presented to Dr. Rohan Patel. Dr. Patel will begin a residency in radiation oncology at SUNY Health Science Center in Brooklyn. Dr. Patel brought his culturally learned frame to medical school. As a student, he actively and intentionally looked for ways to question and to encourage others to do so. Perhaps his most outstanding work is the development of a flipped classroom approach to enhance understanding of social determinants of health. Dr. Patel developed cases related to ICM-1 lecture topics, and students were assigned to present and lead the discussion of the cases. Another important connection for Dr. Patel was his work with the Asian and Pacific American Medical Student Association. They're on their national executive board as a hepatitis research chair. In that role, he led free hepatitis screenings for local Chinatown communities in Manhattan and Queens. Dr. Patel expressed his appreciation to physicians like Drs. Chabanyan, Arigoatia, and Van Osh for the experiences they provided to help him see the connection between medicine and public health. Dr. Patel's preparation at AUC drew him to radiation oncology and inspired his goal of increasing equitable access to safe oncologic care in the Asian and Pacific Islands. He wrote, "I have been fortunate to have met some of the most empowering physicians and educators through AUC, and I am motivated to pass on that legacy with my work in leadership, public health, advocacy, and oncology. Congratulations, Dr. Rohan Patel." The final award is presented to Dr. Shelby Nordman. Dr. Nordman's residency is in family medicine at Idaho State University. Dr. Nordman has a lifelong record of community engagement. Her examples of engagement reflect observation, asking questions, and collaborating with others, all best practices in authentic engagement. In St. Martin, she participated in Community Action Day and joined a group to clear and prepare a garden space for a project funded by the Carl Stockhausen Student of the Semester Award. While on rotations in Miami, she observed health disparities for the homeless population. To learn more about ways to alleviate disparities, she talked to hospital social workers and shelter coordinators about and found that supplying menstrual products for women's shelters would meet a need. She joined with Happy Period chapters and led drives to collect products. Dr. Nordman also looked within AUC and identified a need during the COVID-19 pandemic. Students needed to renew their life support certifications for their rotations. She worked with AUC clinical staff to coordinate virtual renewals for BLS, ACLS, and PALS life support certifications. Dr. Nordman reflected on what she has learned through community engagement. I am acutely aware of how important connecting with our communities is to developing rapport, trust, and empathy. It has been such a privilege to be a part of communities that I never would have known if not for AUC. I know my time engaging with each of these places will benefit my future patients. Congratulations to Dr. Shelby Nordman. Please join me in congratulating these outstanding graduates of the American University of the Caribbean School of Medicine. And now, the presentation of students.
Dr. Ragda Abdurradi, Dr. Jenny Suhail Abdul Karim, Dr. Tariq Abi Saab, Dr. Fadl Abu Gaida, Dr. Shalom Adams, Dr. Iraj Zunair Afzul, Dr. Hamad Ahmed, Dr. Anj Alsuk Beme Mele, Dr. Raman Aken Lucy, Dr. Tyler Scott Alderette, Dr. Thulfikar Al-Jazami, Dr. Christina Alvarez, Dr. Mo Ameri, Dr. Rafshan Amin, Dr. Sean Arpino, Dr. David Philip Arton, Dr. Nicole Catherine Asher, Dr. Patrick Aswa, Dr. Abdullah Atia, Dr. Miriam Jalal Avades, Dr. Nazina Bariyuri Awe, Dr. Chelsea Azevedo, Dr. Isan Balakrishnan, Dr. Ricardo Jesus Baranian, Dr. Sebastian Emmanuel Bataille, Dr. Hunter Michael Baudet, Dr. Edward Bautista, Dr. Keenan Beirekdar, Dr. Ezra Byram, Dr. Justin Craig Becker, Dr. Deborah Karen Bergeron, Dr. Yosef Bahrain, Dr. Brian Bekarim, Dr. Peter Bendari, Dr. Parisa Biazar, Dr. Gayatri Maneva Boba, Dr. Christine Bowman, Dr. Alexandru Bradu, Dr. Leah Turdo Britton, Dr. Jordan Brock, Dr. Lawrence Donald Brookman III, Dr. Madeline Nicole Bruman, Dr. Thomas Bush, Dr. Brandon Lee Byers, Dr. Joshua James Bird, Dr. Catherine Escalada Kadang, Dr. Carlos Labrado Calderon, Dr. Yanette Camarena, Dr. Victoria Ruth Cardieri, Dr. Edward Lawson Kate, Dr. Mariel Chan, Dr. Asim Chaudhry, Dr. Edward Chung, Dr. Ankur Chopra, Dr. Ali Chaudhry, Dr. Amal Chaudhry, Dr. Sarika Chaudhry, Dr. Rubiat Chaudhry, Dr. Kyle James Clay, Dr. Gregory Ryan Clayton, Dr. Juan Crespo Quezada, Dr. Flora Kainawana Okapua Pikake Hanako Cross, Dr. Amanda Damata, Dr. Edvard Devatsian, Dr. Haleb Devinzenkow, Dr. Opioluwa Dehenbo, Dr. Jacob Dalala, Dr. Catherine Ann Denon, Dr. Graham Dersna, Dr. Mario Dervishi, Dr. Spandan Desai, Dr. Roberto Desardin, Dr. Joseph Detweiler, Dr. Ravenna Dami, Dr. Deepika Derry, Dr. Matthew Delorio, Dr. Hector Diaz Otero, Dr. Marjorie Dick, Dr. Hannon Dogger, Dr. Lahib Dowda, Dr. Kimberly Eaton, Dr. Jamie Christine Elliott, Dr. Abdal Rahman Ibrahim Almala, Dr. Jamie Emmanuel, Dr. Rory Eshte II, Dr. Valerie Elise Espinoza, Dr. Danya Farmand, Dr. Alessandra Maria Faverio Cordova, Dr. Carol Ellinger DeFonseca, Dr. Caitlin Therese Forrest, Dr. Jean-Dominique Fourreau, Dr. Tanner Freshour, Dr. Janine Fung, Dr. Teresa Gannon, Dr. Christine Garabetian, Dr. Arpan Garg, Dr. Megan Elizabeth Garvey Watley, Dr. Stephen Gaeta, Dr. Kevin Stanley George, Dr. Marina George Gurgas Nawar, Dr. Noreen Anya Germain, Dr. Michael Ghali, Dr. Dominique Goddard Hart, Dr. Sabina Goldstein, Dr. Mohammed Goma, Dr. Pamela Constanza Gonzalez Manrique, Dr. Nicholas Goodwin, Dr. Ashley Gorman, Dr. Samindro Goswami, Dr. Brooke Catherine Green, Dr. K.C. Griffin, Dr. Rebecca Grimes, Dr. Brian Grosso, Dr. David Samuel Gruen, Dr. Rupin Gaidikian, Dr. Dahlia Gurton, Dr. Caleb Hansen, Dr. Shaquavia Hardy, Dr. Lana Hariri, Dr. Hera Hasnat, Dr. Mohammed Hattab, Dr. Alicia Marie Heidenreich, Dr. Udani Hewa Pathirana, Dr. Brittany Hoare, Dr. Matthew Holm, Dr. Brandon Curtis Howe, Dr. Destiny Elaine Hua, Dr. Trung Hua, Dr. Christopher Hubbard, Dr. Christian Hudson Bradford, Dr. Salman Humayon, Dr. Celeste Hurley, Dr. Ali Hussein, Dr. Stephen Irwin, Dr. Fuji Zizu Isom, Dr. Adeowa Izakor, Dr. Gaurav Jain, Dr. Samkit Jain, Dr. Zarivana Menahil Javed, Dr. Andrew Kruger Jensen, Dr. Niksha Lilana Jimenez Riestra, Dr. Mary Elisa Johnson, Dr. Stephanie Jones, Dr. Kyla Jorgensen, Dr. Suman Chung, Dr. Natalie Jurisic, Dr. Nima Kalmapur, Dr. Gerasimos Corrales, Dr. Mohammed Khalid, Dr. Haider Khalil, Dr. Asim Usman Khan, Dr. Zohair Khan, Dr. Jacqueline Taylor Cleaver, Dr. Alexander Coe, Dr. Valerie Codet, Dr. Nina Konda, Dr. Yekaterina Carroll,
Dr. Manisha Eve Cote, Dr. Court Kusler, Dr. Navneet Ladar, Dr. Meghna Laman, Dr. Nathan Lambert, Dr. Travis Dell Lambert, Dr. Tyler Landite, Dr. Erin Rose Lang, Dr. Heather Noreen Langner, Dr. Ciara LaRuca, Dr. Sean Leonard, Dr. Bianca Liuzzi, Dr. Shuo Jimmy Lee, Dr. Fred Luer, Dr. Monica Makawachi, Dr. Daniel McCourtney, Dr. Lisa McVeigh, Dr. Manpreet Mahal, Dr. Madhura Mahapatra, Dr. Sweta Manikman, Dr. Natasha Masudi, Dr. Kimberly Michelle Mays, Dr. Jordan McClaskey, Dr. Montavious McKenzie. Dr. Hadley Michelle McPherson. Dr. Yolanda Meckham. Dr. Celia Rose Minky. Dr. Jared Miko. Dr. Brielle Marie Miles. Dr. Rana Mohammed. Dr. Neil Karan Mohindra. Dr. Stephen Montgomery. Dr. Margaret Kathleen Mooney. Dr. Donald Robert Morin. Dr. Tiana Morton. Dr. Kevin Prakash Muthu. Dr. Prasad Nadandila. Dr. Gaurav Nakval. Dr. Daniel Namkung. Dr. Canada Steve Wen. Dr. Chamer Nananji. Dr. Michael Noesk. Dr. Shelby Elizabeth Nordman. Dr. Daniel Nunez. Dr. Neurka Nunez. Dr. Michael Nuttall. Dr. Chidima Nwakalor. Dr. Gideon Okari Nyakundi. Dr. Itoro Obat. Dr. Keisha Shante Neka Odunze. Dr. Chukwameka Okpalobi. Dr. Lindsay Okrugleski. Dr. Moyosore Olulei. Dr. Jonathan Otero. Dr. Irfan Oimago. Dr. Palak Pancholi. Dr. Travis Wayne Park. Dr. Pyle Pasi. Dr. Chandni Patel. Dr. Manisha Patel. Dr. Rohan Kiran Patel. Dr. Nicholas Patrick. Dr. Christian Thomas Patterson. Dr. Jennifer Lee Patton. Dr. Christian Pena. Dr. Bo Peng. Dr. Shane Penna. Dr. Olivia Peralta. Dr. Rebecca Faye Perlman. Dr. Emily Faye Phillips. Dr. Apeksha Pokarel. Dr. Ashvarya Prasad. Dr. Aaron James Puebla, Dr. Sylvia Marisol Puma, Dr. Nilay Divyesh Purohit, Dr. Maria Putras, Dr. Sharvani Ragutu, Dr. Faraz Rahman, Dr. Sotirios Konstantin Raftis, Dr. Marisha Raska, Dr. Fernando Ricci, Dr. Sumant Reddy, Dr. Zubir Rintaya, Dr. Martin Richard, Dr. Christopher Joseph Ryder, Dr. Madeline Rosa Rivas, Dr. Christian Rivera, Dr. Bizan Bezod Razi, Dr. Thomas Clifton Robinson, Dr. Frankie Rodriguez Rodriguez, Dr. Gregory Joseph Rome, Dr. Ariel Ruiz Davia, Dr. Ryan Russell, Dr. Rand Saba, Dr. Miriam Sabir Ali, Dr. Omar Saeed, Dr. Mohan Maid Amir Sayed, Dr. Blake Salisbury, Dr. Nadir Sarimi, Dr. Bronte Savia, Dr. Rehan Aziz Saeed, Dr. Alexander Michael Schick, Dr. Sam Schwarzwald, Dr. Adelaide Saifa, Dr. Jonathan Seifert, Dr. Sheila Sarin, Dr. Daniel Serge, Dr. Ankit Sethi, Dr. Rebecca Guadalupe Scroy, Dr. Nadine Shabti, Dr. Hassan Shabazz, Dr. Richa Srivastava, Dr. Devin Jackson Shumway, Dr. Tabor Siani, Dr. Amanda Severio, Dr. Hadir Tameen Sinoui, Dr. Shaminder Singh, Dr. Derek Wayne Smith, Dr. Alan Soy, Dr. Luis Fernando Suarez Marquez, Dr. Marlena Sullivan, Dr. Marina Tawadris, Dr. Andrew Taylor. Dr. Michael Andrew Thrasouvalos. Dr. Jordan Timmer. Dr. Shreya Tawari. Dr. Alexander Tompkins. Dr. Adelina Torres. Dr. Rebecca Kostage Ruthberg. Dr. Stanley Z. Kun Chui. Dr. Morgan Stewart Turnage. Dr. Sharon Turnill. Dr. Christopher Tyfair. Dr. Kanil Apadya. Dr. Jameson Clyde David Utzig. Dr. Samir Raj Valluri. Dr. Tiffany Valverde. Dr. Bharat Vemulapalli. Dr. Elise Michelle Victor. Dr. Jennifer Blair Vanendi. Dr. Nicole Yuko Wakimoto. Dr. Randy Walk. Dr. Andy Adam Wang. Dr. Nicholas Weber. Dr. Tori Weinstein. Dr. Wesley West Ortiz. Dr. William John White III. Dr. Daniel Whitson. Dr. Dominic Wilkowitz. Dr. Timberly Janae Wilson. Dr. Benjamin Howard Wing. Dr. Zishan Yakub. Dr. Salihu Yarima. Dr. Hang Yen. Dr. Apote Zekba. Dr. Mason Zamel. Dr. Benjamin Todd Zinger. Dr. Lauren Elizabeth Zvolnik.
I would like to introduce Dr. Pedro Delgado, the Senior Associate Dean of AUC St. Martin Campus. Dr. Delgado is responsible for faculty affairs and government and community relations. He contributes to the culture of AUC's Medical Sciences campus and leads efforts to foster community engagement and academic excellence. Dr. Delgado will oversee the reciting of the Declaration of Geneva.
Good afternoon, graduates. Please stand where you are and read along with me as we recite the Physician's Oath Declaration of Geneva. The words will scroll along the screen in front of you.
At the time of being admitted as a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to consecrate my life to the service of humanity. I will give to my teachers the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity. The health of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me, even after the patient has died. I will maintain by all the means in my power the honor and the noble traditions of the medical profession. My colleagues will be my sisters and brothers. I will not permit considerations of age, disease or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
Congratulations, graduates.
Dr. Chumley will now confer the degrees.
Graduates, you have successfully completed the requirements for the Doctor of Medicine. By the power invested in me by the Board of Trustees and attested to by the deans and the faculty of American University of the Caribbean School of Medicine, the degree of Doctor of Medicine is now bestowed upon you. You may now move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations!
It is an AUC commencement tradition to have a student speaker elected by their peers speak on behalf of the class. In a reflection of this class's collaborative spirit, your 5 nominees decided to jointly give this year's address. It gives me great pleasure to now introduce Drs. Moa Mary, Chelsea Azevedo, Rico Baranian, Madhura Mahapatra, and Rohan Patel.
Good evening and congratulations, class of 2021. On behalf of Chelsea, Rohan, Madhura, Mo, and myself, we would like to thank AUC and all of you for your support, not just as student speakers, but as fellow doctors and friends. As doctors, we will not just be leaders, public servants in our communities, and healers. We will be agents of change. Doctors impact many aspects of a patient's life, not just their health. In such a dramatically changing world, we shouldn't shy away from owning this role. When you see the potential for change, for something to be better, don't be afraid to be an instrument for that change. And if you don't know how to start, fall back on the values and motivations that brought you to this day.
As a first-generation college graduate, a first-generation physician, and a type 1 diabetic, I've overcome many ups and downs in life, but especially in my journey to becoming a physician. Many of us have overcome adversity, though, at some point in our life. So strength and perseverance are things we are no strangers to. With that said, there is no denying that the past 4 years have been nothing short of difficult and life-changing. In these 4 years, we have had our motivation and determination tested time and time again, and we have overcome more than any other group of medical students. And while being in it was not easy, I truly believe that here at the finish line stands an amazingly special group of people who have the leadership and critical thinking skills, work ethic, and tenacity it takes to be successful residents and advocates for change in this world. As many of my friends know, I watched the same Muhammad Ali video before every test I took at AUC. In this video, Mr. Ali said the famous quote, "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." But he continued by explaining further, "Be gentle in your daily actions and being. Remain soft to those around you, those you care about. But do not be afraid to whip out ferocious strength when the time calls for it." I truly believe that we as a class have done just that. We found strength in our support systems, created long-lasting friendships, made the best of every situation, and fought with ferocious strength to become the newly minted physicians that stand here today. And although we have weathered many storms already, no pun intended, we will face many more battles as physicians. Think about the battles we've seen just in this past year: the battle against COVID, the battles in our political landscape, the battle against systemic and systematic racism. But because of the true grit I have seen from all of you during the past 4 years, I know that we are prepared to handle these battles. Actually, I know we are more than just prepared. We are equipped. We are brave. We are strong. And of course, we are resilient.
Growing up in a small suburb of Chicago, there were not many people that looked like me, thought like me, or even had a name like Rohan. I fought hard to mask my identity growing up, yet was continually misunderstood and misrepresented. It wasn't until I went to college that I realized the importance of diversity. As a student of color that was surrounded by such diverse individuals, I saw what each of our unique backgrounds brings to the betterment of the lives of those around us. AUC has provided each and every one of us the opportunity to take a seat at the table, and I'm reminded every day of how diverse this class of 2021 truly is. To give each of us a voice where we can shape our unique passions to improve the health of our patients, one step at a time. And with this great privilege that is on our shoulders, we must realize that our responsibility as physicians is to fight for equitable health amongst all people, regardless of race, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic status. We must use our position to advocate for those where the system is broken and failing, while we remember the lives of the people that we've lost this past year: George Floyd, Christian Hall, Breonna Taylor, and countless more, so that we can continue uplifting and empowering marginalized communities. Because equitable medicine is social justice from now and forever on.
Upholding the Hippocratic Oath as public servants requires us to first acknowledge how privileged and humbling this role is. By instilling the desire to provide medicine to all, and by advocating for equitable medicine, we can tackle social disparities and strive for maximal outreach. Growing up, I wanted to reach out and help as many people as I could, though I was unsure of where to begin. I began volunteering at my local hospital, and this is where I first began to interact with patients. I listened to their stories and offered them emotional support by lending an ear. Engaging within my community back home fueled a passion for social outreach, and I became involved alongside my peers with projects available to us in St. Martin, such as Phi Chi Omega, HIV/AIDS screening, or a community action day. It amazed me how actively involved our peers and faculty were. Volunteerism was robust on island and even within our various clinical sites. When the pandemic hit, many of us felt restless, wanting to help alongside healthcare providers, but unsure of how to become safely involved. We, AUC, rose to the occasion and went above and beyond during this time of crisis as well. We found ways to safely vaccinate individuals, sew and donate masks due to national PPE shortages, and get involved within our local communities. As we shed our short white coats and don our long white coats, so too do we take on the role of the altruist. We can engage in community outreach. We can practice preventative medicine. We can educate various populations with healthier lifestyle practices. We must be benevolent spirits, using our roles as healthcare providers in order to further enact positive change where we have the ability to.
So what brought you to AUC? A question I asked every student I encountered in medical school. The answers are always the best, from something as trivial as someone looking up AUC on a whim, to someone who has been a war veteran and a nurse for many years. Someone like me, someone who learned English just 10 years ago. I'm often reminded the first semesters during our white coat ceremony speeches that we here are a family that is committed to one goal, that is to make it out into this world as compassionate physicians armed with a wide array of experiences. I feel fortunate enough today to stand among such a high achieving and diverse group of like-minded individuals, having had the commitment to start, the guts to take risks, the passion to deliver despite the challenges, and the consistency to finish. From challenges to challenges, from hurdles to hurdles, we all found a home here, a sense of belonging, a family. I'm the first one to admit that I am not the same person who almost missed first semester orientation on the back of Hurricane Harvey, only to be faced with Hurricane Irma. I owe it to my colleagues, to this school, this family. Because of them, I grew, I changed, I failed, and I succeeded. And I'm proud to see my professional family grow. And I cannot wait to see all the exciting things that we're all going to achieve. So let us continue supporting each other in our next chapter. As the saying goes, each one, reach one.
In my youth, my family was full of life-altering medical diagnoses and deaths that shook our strength, but never seemed to break it. I wanted to be part of helping people through similar experiences. Despite near constant setbacks on my long journey to med school, my family never quit on me. My wife always picked me up, pushed me forward, even when I fought back. It reminded me what has always been most important in life, looking out for each other, seeing something wrong, and committing to fix it. Through my family's example, I came to finally understand commitment. It's not making a choice once and struggling along until it happens. It's deciding to make the hard choices every day for the rest of your life. Something I have seen reflected back at me every day that I've been at this school. So my story may be unique, but my struggles are not. You all face different challenges, that differ in so many ways, yet they've probably left you similarly wondering how you could ever overcome them. What could you possibly do against all the things in your way? How can you stop getting in your own way? And what would you do when you finally get a chance to go to med school and still have to face a Category 5 hurricane, 2 relocations, and a once-in-a-century pandemic? Today, you can answer those questions. Thanks to the grit you've shown, strength in our diversity, the willingness to rise to the occasion in our communities, the guts to take risks, and the willingness to make the hard choices every day, you get to say, I am a doctor. And so, doctors, I challenge you. The next time you see a needed change in your life, the life of your patients, or in your community, remember the values and strength that brought you to this moment. Listen to your heart and do us proud.
I would like to welcome Dr. Athena Andriadis, Associate Professor of Behavioral and Clinical Medicine and 2007 graduate of AUC, and joining us today on behalf of the AUC Alumni Association.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on your time zone. It is my great honor to be with you today on this most outstanding occasion. I am representing the many AUC graduates that have come before you. We are all so proud of you and your many accomplishments. Today, you join a network of thousands of AUC graduates all over the world. Today, we all stand and applaud you. You did it. You are amazing. You are doctors. Celebrate today, but don't lose focus. Your journey does not end here. Rather, today is the first day of a new adventure. At AUC, we have a tradition of pinning your alumni pin on during the graduation ceremony. You should have received your alumni pin in your graduation regalia box. Please join me in pinning your alumni pin onto your regalia. We hope you wear it proudly for years to come. In closing, on behalf of the AUC Alumni Association, we wish you all the very best in your careers and in life. Never stop learning. Continue to ask questions and seek answers, and always continue to push the limits of your dreams. Go out there and do amazing things. And remember, you have a network of thousands of AUC alumni that are always cheering you on. Welcome to the AUC alumni family. Congratulations.
This concludes our 2021 virtual commencement ceremony. Families, friends, AUC faculty and staff, thank you for being here today, wherever you are. To our graduates, so much in our lives looks different today than when you started this journey. This is not the first event you've experienced from your home rather than in celebration in person with all of your classmates and loved ones. Nor likely will it be the last. But it is one of the most meaningful, especially as you are stepping into your role as physicians at such an important time. Enjoy this day, no matter where you are. It is your day. You did it. You are now an MD. Thank you all for joining in this celebration of a class of new physicians. And congratulations, doctors.
Good afternoon to everyone. Athena Andriadis, 2007 AUC grad, internist by training, hospitalist by trade, and I have had the outstanding opportunity to serve as AUC faculty. I am so proud of each one of you. You have done amazing things, and you will continue to do amazing things throughout your career. I wish each one of you the very best today and every day throughout your careers and in life. Go out there and do amazing things. Congratulations to each one of you.
Dear AUC colleagues, and especially you, our new AUC graduates. I am Albert van der Waag and I'm one of your ICM professors at AUC. Congratulations, gefeliciteerd, proficiat, felicitas. Now you belong to one of us, the medical professionals. I know it wasn't easy for you these last years. We had Irma, we all had to go to Preston. Then you started having the pandemic. That wasn't easy either, and it's still not easy. But you have shown resilience, and that is the most important thing that you can have to become a great doctor. So I'm so happy for you. So I wish you lots of success and lots of happiness in the most beautiful profession, being a medical doctor. Remember, you cannot always cure, but you can and should always care for your patient. So wishing you lots of success and happiness. We will miss you at AUC in St. Martin, but I'm so glad you made it. Congratulations. Great job.
Hi, this is Dr. Dipali Rinker, Assistant Professor in Behavioral Sciences and Biostatistics Epidemiology. A heartfelt congratulations to all of you on completing this very critical step on your journey to becoming doctors. And what a journey it has been. You have experienced a hurricane, the strongest ever on record, had to go through an emergency rescue, relocate, come back for a little bit of normalcy before everything went crazy again with the COVID pandemic. And yet through all of that, you have remained resilient, you have remained determined, and you have completed your medical school, part of your medical school journey, and have reached this very, very incredible milestone. So congratulations to all of you from you. What an outstanding class.
So behind the Spaghetti House, congratulations to all the students of AUC for the graduation. Congratulazioni, and I wish you the best. Ciao.
Class of 2021, congratulations. What an eventful few years it's been. What successes you've had. It's been an absolute privilege to work with you throughout your journey to becoming physicians. Congratulations.
Hello, AUC graduates. My name is Dr. Lucero. I'm now the Associate Dean of Academic Affairs and Professor of Physiology. So I taught all of you respiratory physiology and reproduction, and hope that you will be using that on into your residencies, and really looking forward to hearing about your successes and wish you the best in your future careers. I'm sure you're all going to be wonderful physicians. Very proud of you.
Well, hello and welcome to graduation day. First, I want to talk to the graduates out there. You are my inaugural class, my second day of being here at American University of the Caribbean, and we got hit with Hurricane Irma. And I'm standing in my favorite place where I saw heroes being made, where I saw people who came to the forefront of medicine after only their second day of being in medical school. I want you to remember my final lesson to all of you. I want you to remember this. It is about balance. No matter what life throws you, you have to balance yourself. Whether it be with your family, whether it be your profession, whether it be the things in life that you personally want. It's a balance between the three. And the best advice I can give you is never put too much on one. Eat your game, treat your patients well. So with that, I take my hat off to each and every one of you. This hat will go away after today with a hurricane hat. I'm waiting to wear it again until this time where I can say to each and every one of you,
Bonjour. On behalf of Joe's Bakery staff, I want to congratulate all the AUC graduates.
Congratulations, class of 2021. I'm coming to you today from Building 2, where I met most of you in that very fateful September of 17 when we dealt with the effects of Hurricane Irma here on campus. We've had quite a journey from there to the UK, most of you making it back here to St. Martin, and then dealing with the effects of the pandemic. But yet, here you are today, graduating, an amazing accomplishment, and I'm sorry I can't be there in person, or we can't be there in person to meet you and to hug you and to shake your hand and to express my gratitude. But I am very proud of you, and I'm very proud of all that you've accomplished, and I can't wait to see you sometime again in the future. You've had an amazing journey. You've shown so much resiliency and tenacity in overcoming those obstacles and being where you are today. Please remember to not only take the academic lessons you've learned during your time here at AUC, but reflect back to all the experiences you've had and what you've gained as a person, and let that shine in you as you become that future doctor. So congratulations once again. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the future. All the best.
AUC Class of 2021, congratulations. I cannot believe it. You completed medical school in the midst of a pandemic. That is excellence. Your determination, focus, grit, intelligence, and love for humanity is what makes you so unique and special, and you will have a story to tell. I am very sure that all the work that you have put in is going to benefit the lives of so many people, families, and communities. I'm grateful for you, and I'm proud of you. Congratulations, Class of 2021.
Dear colleagues, congratulations on this achieved milestone in your starting medical career. 2 remarks. Not that the doctor is important, but your patients are. Also, always try to have patience with your patients. Since you survived Burma, Preston, and COVID-19, you have shown that you can overcome extreme challenges. Good luck in your future medical career. Stay humble. Realize that we only know that much. Proost is the Dutch word for cheers, so I won't end with saying proost on your victory.
So hi, this is Shirley here. Congratulations, Class of 2021. We met here for some of you for the first time through IRMA, and then you went off to the UK, and we met virtually in here through WebEx. You came back, you worked hard, you practiced even on the weekend. I am hoping, or I am sure, whatever you have learned here will transfer to your specialty. I wish you much success and bring joy wherever you go.
Hey guys, Adam Johnson here. I'm one of the emergency medicine new attendings in Bakersfield, sunny California, and I graduated last year from the Kern Medical Emergency Medicine Residency Program, and I'm AUC Class of 2012, and I just wanted to tell you guys, congratulations on graduating, and don't forget to have fun, work your butt off, and don't forget, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey.
Hello, I'm Dr. Andy Ginty, the Associate Dean of Academic Affairs for AUC in the UK. Congratulations to all graduates at the start of your career as physicians serving the communities across countries and continents. Today you realise a dream that required talent, energy and ambition. It's a great success that we celebrate your graduation. If you think back to your first days on the MD programme, when you started the journey to becoming a doctor, it has not been without incident. Your journey has been through the uncommon challenges of a Hurricane Irma and now COVID-19. But urged on by your inevitable determination to become a physician, has come to fruition today as you graduate. The part that you've played as a physician in training by responding to the COVID pandemic in recent months has been commendable. Globally, we see governments set new healthcare priorities, and those you've cared for and treated may value good health even more. Today, you realise a goal that you placed in your heart many years ago. a vision of providing the best care to patients. I wish the class of 2021 great success and purpose. In a world in which the healthcare pandemic emergency has been a stark reminder of the need to promote the principles of good health for all. Enjoy your graduation.
This is Bill Hayden of the ICM Department, St. Martin. One of the greatest privileges in teaching medical students is witnessing their graduation. I feel privileged to welcome you as a physician colleague. Now, doctor, it's time to go see your patients. They've been waiting for you since you began this journey 4 years ago. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates. We are so proud of you and all that you've accomplished. I know it's been challenging through hurricanes, evacuations, and a pandemic, but we couldn't be happier and more proud of everything that you have each done on your own and all the support that you've had from your friends, your families, and your colleagues. Congratulations as you graduate today.
Hi everyone, this is Laura Dwyer. I'm Director of Admissions at AUC. For many of you, I've been with you since the beginning, since you were admitted to medical school, and I am so excited for you to be graduating today. Congratulations on this momentous occasion. You've been through a lot to get here, and you should be very proud. Best of luck.
You did it! How can 4 years feel so short and so long at the same time? Class of 2021, I am so incredibly proud of you. I got to know many of you very well in Preston after we relocated from Hurricane Irma, and I just want to say how special this class is to me and to many of my colleagues at AUC. We can't wait to see what you accomplish after graduation, and we are so honored and privileged to be a part of your journey and your story. So many congratulations to you. Here's wishing you a wonderful commencement and beyond.
Hi, 2021 graduates. Dr. Mike Michael, Physiology 2 professor in the 3rd semester. Wishing you a great day, fabulous career, and congratulations on all your successes.
I just wanted to say congratulations to the class of 2021. We're all so happy for you, so proud of you, and we can't wait to see all the amazing things you're going to do in residency and in your careers. So congratulations.
Hi, on behalf of the Alumni Relations Department, I would like to congratulate each and every single one of you. I would like to congratulate your families as well. Without them, it would have been almost impossible to get to this point. I think there's something very special about this class, the 2021 class, and I think you'll agree with me. You had to overcome a lot. You went through Irma, and most recently, a global pandemic. And obviously, everything in between was also difficult. Having to go to class and learn and study hard, and yet you stuck with it. You made it. And now, I believe you're going to be the most amazing doctors. You're going to be able to handle anything that comes your way. It is an honor to call you doctors. And I cannot wait to start working with you. I cannot wait to celebrate with you in person at some point, whenever it is possible. And I look forward to seeing you doing what you do best, helping others and serving others. Congratulations once again, and good luck.
I'd like to drop in to say congratulations. You've made it. You started with a huge leap, deciding to do international medical education, followed up by a hurricane, which you survived, followed up by travel to Preston, England, where you continued to study, where you survived, and most recently having completed your clinical studies in the face of a pandemic, and you survived. You are incredibly strong, and I give you all my best wishes and congratulations for a very successful career.
Congratulations, you finally made it. Really well done. Some of you may remember me from 2017 when you had a little trip to the UK and ended up staying at UCLan in Preston. You may remember me running around sorting out some assessments in the testing centre, that kind of thing. We are all really proud of you here at UCLan, and we wish you a very happy and successful career ahead. Congratulations.